It ended not with thunder, but with silence. 121-110. That was the final blow. Game 5. The Timberwolves sealed it. A fourth straight loss for the Golden State Warriors, and with it, the door slammed shut on the 2024-25 season. Just like that, and as fans stared blankly at their screens, there was no Steph Curry in sight. No last-minute heroics, a miracle three-point barrage. Just absence. Loud, deafening absence. The man who had carried this dynasty for over a decade, who had made believers out of doubters, who had turned shooting into poetry, was nowhere to be seen on that court when it mattered most. Steph Curry was reportedly preparing for a potential Game 6 return, doing everything to be ready, but there was no Game 6, no final curtain call. Just whispers of what might have been. Without him, the team struggled to breathe. They couldn't generate offense. They couldn't hit threes. They couldn't match the raw physicality of Minnesota. It wasn't just about losing. It was about being exposed. Golden State was cracked open like glass, and what we saw inside was indeed the heart of a champion. It was the wear and tear of years of glory now starting to buckle. But then there was Jimmy Butler. In Game 3, he rose like a lion. 33 points. He refused to go down easy. That fire, that edge, that relentless heat. He lit a fuse that brought the Warriors from the edge of missing the playoffs altogether. They were the 11th seed before he got here. After the trade, they clawed into the postseason with a storm behind them. But even Warriors bleed. And in Games 4 and 5, Jimmy looked different. Exhausted, pale, sick. The body wouldn't follow where the will tried to go. Whatever virus got to him, it wasn't just physical. It infected the entire rhythm of a team that had dared to dream. And yet this is deeper than a first-round loss. Steph Curry knows it. He said it himself. This could be the start of our final 2-year window. Let that sink in. That's not a vague guess. It's a man who's staring down the end of something sacred. He, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and head coach Steve Kerr, all are under contract until 2027. That's 2 seasons. 2 years, 2 chances, and then the curtain may fall. Joe LeCub, the team's owner, didn't hide his frustration. He believed, to his core, that they would have won the series if Curry had played. There's a certain pain in what-ifs. They echo louder than defeat, because when you almost had it, the ache never really stops. But belief without change is just delusion, because let's call it what it was. This team, as constructed, wasn't good enough. There was no offensive creation, no depth. The bench was a graveyard of hesitation and missed shots. And when the lights burned brightest, the cracks in the armor became impossible to hide. Brandon Pajimski, so full of promise during the regular season, struggled under pressure. His shooting disappeared. His confidence. He'll need a transformation, not just in skill, but in mentality. If he hopes to remain in the starting lineup, Jonathan Kuminga, he might not be here at all next season. Rumors are swirling. Questions loom heavy. Not just about his game, but about his attitude. Does he fit the system? Can he grow into the player they hoped for? Or is it time to let go? This isn't just roster talk. This is the crossroads of a dynasty. It's a kind of moment where legends choose whether to fade quietly or go down swinging. Golden State made a run. After Butler arrived, everything changed. It went from forgotten to feared. But it wasn't sustainable. Not without Curry. Not without the man who redefined the game itself. This loss, it wasn't the end. It was a warning. Because time doesn't wait. Not for rings, not for memories, not even for the greats. The 2025 offseason isn't just another chapter. It's a reckoning. Every decision now must orbit one goal. Maximize the last dance. Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, Kerr, they don't have 5 years. They might not even have 3. The window is small, but it's not shut. Not yet. The right moves could still light the fire one more time. And if you think it's too late, ask yourself this. How many times have the Warriors already rewritten the script? Steph Curry wasn't supposed to become an MVP, Jimmy. Butler wasn't supposed to rise from the 30th pick into an all-NBA terror. Draymond wasn't supposed to be the heartbeat of a dynasty. Steve Kerr wasn't supposed to outcoach legends. And yet here they are. They've beaten odds before. But now, the stakes are different. This isn't about building for the future. This is about saving what's left of the present. Every off-season move now matters like never before. The supporting cast must be reimagined. Shooters, defenders, playmakers. Not for 5 years from now, but for right now. Gosh. Without change, next season will look like this one. Or worse. But here's the twist. They know that. Curry's urgency isn't fear, it's focus. He's not clinging to the past. He's fighting for a future that still believes in magic. But he needs help, not just from Butler or Draymond, but from a front office willing to risk it all one last time. Think of the pain. Think of the fans. Think of the silence after Game 5. That can't be how it ends. That won't be how it ends. Because buried beneath the rubble of this first-round collapse is a heartbeat, still pounding, still waiting, still believing. This story isn't over, and if you listen closely, you can still hear it. Warriors 121, Timberwolves 110. Jimmy Butler, 33 PTs. Faded in games 4 and 5 due to illness, Brandon Pajimski struggled throughout series. Curry DNP, prepared for Game 6, but never had the chance. Kuminga. Questions about future role. Warriors eliminated. 4-1 in series. The offseason has begun. And so has the countdown. 2 years, one last shot. Let's see what's left in the tank. And here's the key takeaway from the channel. Delve into financial education to enhance your quality of life. Within the financial market, explore bonds and shares, particularly focusing on real estate investment trusts, which offer the potential for passive income. Engage with this responsibly and consider reputable investment brokerages worldwide.